Good morning and happy Monday. My name is Diana and I am a 12th year, mostly 5th grade teacher in the state of Illinois. And welcome back to my channel. So, this week is another short week. Last week we had Friday off due to professional development, but I took the day off because it was professional development for next year's new curriculum that our district is rolling out. And so because I'm not going to be in the district next year, it was kind of like a wash for me to go. So thankfully the stars aligned and my son had his last field trip of the year, his kindergarten field trip, and they went to the Brookfield Zoo. And so I was able to kind of chaperone, which was nice because I was kind of a little sad that, you know, I wouldn't have been able to like attend any of his things this year. The only thing I did in his class was I did like mystery reader. So I was a little bit sad at first about not being able to like, you know, do a party or chaperone or anything like that, but this just happened to work out perfectly. So I was able to chaperone, me and my boyfriend to be exact. And so it was a lot of fun. If you guys seen, it was really nice to, you know, be with him and kind of see him. And it was interesting because, so I don't know if you follow me in my vlogs, I know you've heard of me talk about my son and just a couple of kids in his class that kind of been giving him a little bit of a hard time. And so one of the girls who, well, I guess not one of, but one of the kids is this little girl who has been giving him a hard time, or was giving him. I think she's a lot better now. I haven't heard anything from him, but she was paired up in his group, and I don't know if maybe because there was only two of them that they paired them up together, and because I think her grandmother kind of came to meet us as well. So like she kind of just went to the zoo, and I guess she had told the teacher prior that she would actually just go to the zoo and meet us up there. So, and it was just me and my boyfriend. So, I mean, I'm assuming that's why they did it, but it was just weird. But anywho, but it ended up being nice. It was good. There was no problem or whatever. So, she and him were actually okay. She, you know, I just, from what I've gathered from her, she just seemed like, I don't think that she's like a bully or anything. I think it's just, I don't know. I just think that maybe, you know, just kind of how she kind of comes off. And so, but I mean, I could kind of see how, you know, younger kids could take it, because she seemed very like my daughter, almost kind of a little grown, and just like the way that she said, like the way that she says things, it didn't sound, you know, like most kids are very like, they sound a little bit more polite. She kind of sounded a little bit more like aggressive. So I don't know. But anyway, so that was great. That was fine. So that was my week. And then so this week we're going to the Morton Arboretum on Friday for like the 5th grade field trip. And so we won't be here. So it's going to be a short week. It's going to be Monday through Thursday. And so, that's just pretty much what we're going to be working with this week. And so today, so we did finish the book, and I did talk about the one-pagers, but I think I'm going to, I don't think I'm going to introduce the one-pagers today. I printed out one rubric, but I might make another one. But I did 2 versions of the one-pagers. So for my higher kids, I gave them the one that they had already done, because I had given them this as an extra activity prior to do with their favorite book, or a book that they were currently reading. And so they did that. So they kind of already know the structure behind the one-pager. So I didn't change anything more so on theirs. Maybe it was just, I think the only thing that I added was for them to pick a character in The Thief of Always, one of the characters, and then just like draw them and give 3 character traits, and then just kind of say like why. So like, you know, if they picked one character and they said, you know, kindness, they were just going to say this character showed kindness in the story because, and then they just give like a 1-sentence answer around the page, so wherever they want to place it. And so I think it'll be really nice. And then for my other kiddos, I'm just having them kind of include the basics of the story, just like, you know, the setting, the plot, you know, just like the story elements, so to speak, along with like one of the characters that they're going to choose and give character traits on. So it'll be a little easier because like the other class, or I'm sorry, the other students that I did the one pager for, I think I'm having them include certain elements like foreshadowing, point of view, characterization, imagery. So there's a bunch of different elements that I'm giving them that I'm not going to give my other students, just because I think that those things are a little bit more challenging, and so I just don't want them to be discouraged when they're doing this or like not understand what they're supposed to be doing. And so but yeah, so that's kind of what I'm gonna do today. We're also gonna continue working with verbs. I wasn't planning on doing any more verbs, but then there were a couple of things in there that I saw in my book that we kind of needed to do, some like contractions and things like that. So we might end up doing that today, because I don't really know. I mean, contractions should be probably good because a lot of the students struggle with contractions and not really know like how to piece together contractions. And I mean, it's not necessarily that they were never really taught. It's more so the fact that like they just forget. You know, as time passes, those things kind of like, you know, fade, and we have to be reinforcing them. So yeah, so that's pretty much our plan today. We'll see how that goes. I'm sure there's more that we're going to do, but I'll let you guys know when that comes later, because I will, you know, have more information. I mean, I know what I'm doing today. It's just like I said, it's Monday. It's just like, those are the things that stuck out to me the most, but I know there's some other stuff, some spelling stuff, things like that. So I'll show you guys a little bit later. So, but I'm on my way to school. It says I should be there in about 15 minutes. So I will check in with you guys later before PLC. Hope you guys had a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in a bit. So where did the time go? As you can see, I'm in my car yet again, heading home actually. Well, picking up my daughter and then heading home. So today, so it wasn't really a busy day, but it was just busy moving. So I got in my classroom, we did our word ladders, we watched TNN 10. We actually watched 2 because they wanted to watch Friday's episode since we didn't get a chance to see Friday's episode because we weren't in school. And then we did our word ladders, and then I had totally forgot that with my first group, I did not finish the book. We were on the very last chapter. So we finished the chapter. We discussed a little bit about that. And then we went into introducing our one-pagers. And so I did give them the 2 separate ones, the differentiated rubric pages. And so they wanted to start working on those. And so I told them that would be ideal for them to start brainstorming rather than just jumping into it, because you want to make sure that you're picking the correct quotes. You know, you have the good character traits, you got the good characters and all that good stuff. So that's what we kind of started working on. And then that took us into specials. And then by the time I was gonna record for specials, I ended up just going into my PLC, and then I totally forgot. And then we got back, and then we went to lunch, and then some girls wanted to have my little Swifties, I call them, because they love having lunch bunches. And then what they want to do is like YouTube Swift quizzes. And so that's pretty much what they did during lunch. So I didn't record then. And then obviously I told you guys on my prep, I normally don't record because I have to actually like leave the room, and I'm like in the library center. And so I just don't record. So all that to say that here yet I am back in my car where we all started this morning. But that was our day. So, and then we kind of did that all again. With my second class, the only difference was that we actually did a informational text on zippers. So a couple of years ago, I bought this really cool comprehension book all about informational text. And every day it has a different history lesson embedded into it, meaning like it's basically like a this day in history, or a this day, you know, in whatever time. and it's always something that happened that day. So like since today's like April 29th, today, so fun fact for you, today was the day that the second person who like tweaked the zipper got a patent for the zipper, and so that was the person that kind of got the credit for it, because then when BF Goodrich came in and introduced the newest type of zipper, I'm pretty sure it didn't say it in the text, but I'm pretty sure if he got a patent, they probably had to buy it off of him. And it was kind of sad because the first person that ever had came up with the idea of the zipper, which was obviously very heavy and bulky and rusty and all these things because it was like in the 1890s, died before he was able to actually see that his invention actually kind of progressed and made it through. So, but yeah, so that was pretty cool. So we did that. And then after that we did our word ladders, and then after that we did the one pagers. And so a lot of my kids, these kids in particular, are they're really excited about the book. So they remember such great things about it. And so that was really what I was excited about, was the fact that like when I started introducing like these are the things you have to have quotes, you have to have a theme, you have to have this, like they were all giving me examples of what they could use in the text. Like they were just like, oh, could I use this quote, and can I use this for this and this for that? And I'm like, sure. So I love that these one pagers have brought out the information that they have embedded in them from the story that we read. So I'm super pumped about that. So yeah, so I would definitely, I told them that I would love to have these done by Monday next week. So I don't want them to rush through, but of course I have a lot of kids that want to rush through it, and they give it to me and I'm just like, this is pretty, but you're missing this, this, and this, or this is spelled wrong. And so, it's going to be a lot of like them being angry at me because I'm going to make them go back and do it. But I want them to have the best product. Plus I'm going to put it up on our door outside. And I want to show you guys all the hard work that they did, because like I said, they really loved the book. And I think that it did pretty good for them. So I am super excited and super pumped for it. And once they are all done, I will definitely show you guys the finished product from both of my classes. So, but yeah, so you could just stay tuned for that. But yeah, so I'm just heading home right now, picking up my daughter, and then I'm gonna go, pick up my daughter and my mom, and then I'm gonna head home. And then I think I have to go to the grocery store, and then I may have to go to the library to to drop off some books that I have that need to be returned. And I don't know, I might see if they have any extra copies for The Thief of Always, just because I know that a lot of kids wanted the book to look through to kind of look for stuff, and I only have one copy, so I'm like, maybe I can, grab a couple more so that way they can share the love, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. So I will check in with you guys. If I don't check in with you guys later, I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. I'll be right back here, same time, same channel, same chair. So I'll check in with you guys later. Morning and happy Wednesday. It's gonna be May, right? I'm sure you're seeing that all over the internet today. Yes, but it is Wednesday, May 1st. And so I just wanted to hop on really quickly. I was going to get you guys in the car, but I just got a new phone and I don't have a case, and it doesn't have a pop socket, doesn't have anything to connect to, so I couldn't put it up to record. So I couldn't talk to you guys in the car, but I'm here and I'm on my way to PLC. But I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about what we did today. Oh, let me delete this. Sorry, yeah, so I had my kids do a quizzes for The Thief of Always, and so they were doing that this morning. We also did a crossword puzzle so like I said, we usually do this, we did them yesterday with my other class, but today was May 1st. So we just did this passage, and again, we're kind of just practicing in informational text because like I said, we're going to be map testing in a couple weeks. And so I kind of wanted to just hit on some of that. And so we were working on that today. And then we did the quizzes, and then I needed some kids to finish my my wall, or my one pagers for the wall. So but yeah, I am gonna go to PLC and I'll check in with you guys. Hello. It is 3:40 in the afternoon and I am headed out the door. It is very hot in here. I mean outside, so I have this jacket on, so I'm gonna take it off for now, and then I think, just give me 1 second. Let me just take this off because it is hot in here. Yeah, so, so I have a dress on and I lost my earring. So, funny story. I actually lost the back to my earring. I don't know where it went. And I ended up finding like a piece of an eraser for a pencil, and those of you that know this trick probably know it well. And so I just kind of put this on the back of here just to kind of keep it together. And then when I get home, I'm gonna I have extra like back pieces that I bought from Temu. And so I'm gonna actually implement that in here once I get home and then do that. So yeah, so I'm wearing a dress. I guess I should have did like my outfit of the day, but you know, I'm not a really big fan of, I don't want to say I'm not a big fan. I'm sorry. Let me stop and rephrase that. I'm not a big fan for myself. Like I'm not very comfortable with, like, I don't know, like how I look right now, just based on like my kids and having children and all that good jazz. And, you know, so, I mean, yeah, I've had kids for about 6 years now. So like, that's not really an excuse about having kids and the baby weight and all that stuff, which it's just having the kids and then having like not a lot of time. And I mean, yes, I know I can make my own time and I can make time to like go to the gym and stuff like that, but it's just like, it's so hard. And anybody that has kids and has like a full-time job knows that like it is very difficult to do. And so it's really hard. So I mean, suffice to say, a little bit of lazy, a little bit of tired, all that wonderful stuff. But anyway, so and also, by the way, if my camera is a little crooked, it's because I told you guys earlier, I got a new phone and my phone doesn't have a case on it. It doesn't have any like magnetic back to it, so I can't stick it on really anything. And so it's just kind of like what's sticking a little bit onto my magnet, but it's kind of crooked. So if you see me crooked, that's probably why. But anyway, so yeah, so I mean, I'm wearing a dress, and I mean, my outfit was cute. Everybody complimented on it, but yeah, I'm just not a big outfit of the day, because not only that, but I'm also like, I don't feel like I dress very nice and fashionable like a lot of these teachers that I follow on Instagram, that like, you know, have like their own Amazon storefront, and they promote a lot of like clothes that they buy and things that they get. And you know, like I know that's like another side hustle for them, and I just don't do that stuff. So I'm like, I personally get my clothes from anywhere and everywhere. And it's funny because like I follow one vlogger, Kathy Kellogg, and she just talks about how she like loves thrifting and stuff, and she'll go to like a thrift store and get like things or whatever. And so that's kind of like this dress I got from Goodwill. I just love, you know, I love the whole premise of like, you know, recycling and, you know, one man's trash is another man's treasure, so to speak. And so like a lot of the stuff that I do buy, like, I mean, I do buy new stuff, like I'll go to Target or I'll go to like Kohl's or other places and get things, but like when I do go, I'll like try to find like just different things. And so like this dress I thought was pretty cute and is pretty different. And you know, not to mention the fact that like a lot of things are like style wise, season wise, and sometimes you just don't find those things in the store that you might find at Goodwill or like at a resale shop. So I do love that. And so that's kind of what one of these are. So that's kind of why I don't really do the outfit of the day. So I don't know, maybe that'll change like in the future if I like lose the weight and feel a little bit more confident about myself. But I will say, well, I guess I'll have to show you guys later, but I did have a company, like a a weight loss slash like vitamin company, Vita Authority, reach out to me, and they offered to send me like a free bottle of their stuff, you know, in obviously in exchange for just like mentioning it or whatever. But I will say, and I mean, I'm not getting paid or anything, like it's not a paid partnership, but they just sent me like a free sample because they were just like, oh, I like your channel and we just want you to try it and blah blah blah. And so I will say, like, I'm not getting anything out of it, so like I would give my honest opinion. But I actually did use it today, and it's supposed to be like well, there's a bunch of different ones. Like they have like for collagen, they have like for hair, skin, and nails. They have all these different like vitamins, and you can do like the powders or you can do like the pills. Me personally, I like the powder. Well, I guess it depends. Like lately, I think I've been liking the powder, like the pills. I don't know, just like that. But anyway, so they sent me this one I picked out. It was called melting powder, and so it's supposed to be like for weight loss. And so it's like tropical punch or tropical breeze or something like that. And so funny enough, like I was mixing my greens because I told you I've been taking my bloom, and the kiwi strawberry tends to be the one that I favor because I feel like that's the one that tastes less greeny. And yesterday I was like gonna make it, and I said, you know what, I was like, let us experiment. And I put them both together, and I did it for the night before, so like I wouldn't have to like mix anything in the morning because I don't want to make a lot of noise with the blender. So I mixed it the night before, and I just put it in the fridge so it'd be nice and cold in the morning. So when I drank it this morning, and oh my God, it was a concoction. It was so good. And I was so happy because it was like, I actually drank, normally like my bloom, I will like leave a little bit at the bottom because it has like sediments or whatever. But today I actually drank the whole entire thing. Like I literally, like it didn't taste like anything green. It all tasted like tropical, and it was really good. So I don't know how it tastes without the bloom, but I imagine it's probably just equally as good. The only difference is that in this case, this is good for me because not only am I getting the greens, but then I'm also getting like the weight loss management thing. And I'll have to look, and I'll show you guys the bottle, and I'll show you how it, like what they say, but they say to take it in the morning and like midday. So I think it's supposed to like give you energy, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna look at it again and see like what it offers, but it was one of the ones that really caught my eye when they offered to send me one. They were just like, pick one that you want and we'll send it to you. And so I was originally going to do like the collagen one for like the skin, and then like they have ones for like cellulite, which I have too. So like I could have really like utilized a whole bunch more, but that was just the one that I went to because I was like, oh, we'll see how this one goes. And I like the flavor, and so on their website it looked like a lot of people had some nice things to say about it, so I tried it. But the flavor is really good. I will let you guys know in the future if like it makes a difference in terms of like weight. But I will say that it did suppress my appetite a little bit because like all I had today was, so I was gonna stop at Starbucks this morning to get coffee, but I ran late and I ended up not stopping. So I was gonna get coffee and some oatmeal, and I wasn't able to. So thankfully I had packed a Think bar, and then I packed my lunch, and my lunch wasn't a lot. It was like a little thing of rice that I made yesterday with Marry Me chicken, and it was a small piece of chicken as well. And I ate the Think bar, I drank my greens and my Vita Authority melting powder, and then I drank that, and then I had the Think bar and then my lunch, and I was pretty much okay. Normally, like I'm starving and I'm like scrounging, and I bring like a lot of stuff. Like sometimes I'll bring like 2 oranges or clementine oranges, like the little tangerine things, and then I'll bring like extra things to snack on, like chips or whatever. And those are the only 2 things that I had, and I'm good right now. Like I'm sure I'll go home and snack something, but I think it really did help a little bit. So, but like I said, I will definitely keep you guys in the loop and keep you guys updated as to whether or not it does work or not work, or if it's good or not. I mean, it's good overall, like the flavor's good and I like it, but meaning like, is it good in terms of like doing what it's designed to do? So I don't know yet. I will let you guys know. But enough ranting and raving. I am actually on my way, like I said, home, and then my son has his recital, or his concert as he calls it, at 6 o'clock. So I'll record a little bit of that so you can see footage of him singing for the first time in his concert. It's going to be awesome. My niece is supposed to go. My mom's supposed to go. I think my boyfriend's mom, his sister, his brother are all supposed to go. So I think he's going to be really excited because we're all going to be there cheering him on, because he's got these, like, he's been singing these cute songs at home, like this, like some dinosaur ate my lunch song. And it's like funny because it's like, they're like really like cute little songs, but they're not songs for like spring concert, I guess you would say. But I don't know, maybe, you know, with kindergartners, you gotta have to keep it like cute and light and fun, because, you know, they're just like, you know, it's kindergarten. So, but yeah, and then like one of them is like promoting like good health, like eating healthy and stuff. So it's super cute, but I'm gonna record it and then I'll show you guys a little bit later, or I'll show you guys, and like obviously in the next clip when I edit this. But yeah, so but anywho, hope you're having a great day. It's 77 degrees in this car right now, so it is hot, but I don't want to open the windows just yet because I'm enjoying the warmth. But yeah, so hopefully you're having a good day. Hopefully it was a great Tuesday. School wise, it was very unproductive. Or I'm sorry, not Tuesday, Wednesday. What am I doing to myself? Giving myself a back day. Yeah, school wise, we weren't really productive. I don't want to say not productive. Kids, I had a bunch more kids that finished their one-pagers, but the other kids were stamp testing and they were doing speaking today, so we were kind of having to be really quiet because our walls are thin for some odd reason. And not only that, but she didn't want like it to be loud because they're, you know, they have to speak and they have to speak into a microphone and stuff like that. So so we were trying our best to be as quiet as possible. So we try to do things that weren't really loud. So I wasn't really teaching much because I am loud and it's really hard to not be loud. And then when I'm teaching, I'm very animated. I get the kids involved. We talk, we laugh, we joke, and things like that. So it was probably not the best idea. So we just kind of did some like grammar stuff. The kids finished their one-pagers and it was pretty cool. So, but yeah, I will check in with you guys later. I hope you guys are having a great day, and yeah, we'll see where the day goes. With the glasses, there he is. Georgie! Which is interesting because hi bud! Hi buddy, you did so good! I love Mom, I was recording for you. Good morning. Ooh, look at my hair. Even with the paste I put in my hair, still got flyaways. Anywho, I just wanted to mention today, remember we talked yesterday about the melt powder, so I was about to make one, so I thought I'd record it for you. So here is the Vita Authority. Let's see if I can get it to zoom. There we go. It's tropical punch, and it's really good, and it's really great. And I'm gonna mix it with my Bloom greens and superfood, so I'll have like a concoction, and it's actually really good. So I'm gonna put it in my water. I'm gonna mix it up, and then we're gonna head out. My little bugaboo this morning, which a little toy. Yeah, so I'm gonna mix this up and then head out to school, and then I'll catch you guys in the car. Hey, just wanted to take a moment to check in before I went to PLC. Yeah, so today was pretty good. We did a Mad Libs activity in the morning. Oh my gosh, like I look like a hot mess. Yeah, we did a Mad Libs activity in the morning. So just kind of to practice on some grammar, and then we ended up doing like our verbs packet because I wanted some of the kids that did not do their one-pager to catch up, and so some of them kind of started turning them in. So I think I only have a couple more kids that need to turn in their one-pagers so I can put them outside. And that was pretty much our day so far. So I'm gonna head over to PLC and then I'll see you guys in a little bit. What is up? So it is 3:51 and I'm heading out the door. I again apologize for not vlogging all day other than in the morning before I went to PLC, but I needed to some of my boys had asked me for a lunch bunch, and then by the time they actually went to recess, I was like in the middle of like reading my devotionals that I was supposed to read, and so I just like totally forgot, so I didn't even get a chance to vlog. So yeah, so the rest of the day, so I just did the same thing with my afternoon class. I had them work on their one-pagers, and then that was pretty much it. We also did the Mad Libs, so they thought it was really funny. They had some really interesting things, because like one of the ones was like if I was president, and just a lot of them had so many different like answers. It was so funny, and so they got to present to like their classmates, so they were really excited about that. And then we just finished up their one-pagers, and that was pretty much it. Tomorrow we have a field trip to the Morton Arboretum, so I don't know if I'm going to record. If I do record, it'll probably just be at the end of this video. But yeah, because I don't think I'm going to record going on the field trip, especially because I think it's supposed to be raining. But if I do, I will include it at the ending of this vlog. If I do not, I'm going to close this blog out here, blog out here, and I will check in with you guys next week. We're down to about 4 weeks left. Yeah, like I said, these next like few weeks are gonna just be so off the wall, because it's just so many different things are happening towards the end of the year. Like I think next week, like I will be missing a day or so, and then I think like the week after we have map testing, and then we have like our trip to like our junior high, so the kids can, you know, meet with the principal and learn about the junior high. And then we have our field day, we have our 5th grade picnic. So we just have so many things coming up in the next like few weeks. So these recordings are gonna kind of just be like not as like teacher-y as far as like what we're teaching and what we're doing, but I mean it'll still be the day in the life of a teacher or the week in the life of a teacher, so you'll kind of see what we go through at the end of the year. The kids are not too crazy right now. They're just, I mean, but they are kind of checked out to some degree, so it is you know, at times like you do kind of have to bring them back to reality. But yeah, so we're going to the Morton Arboretum tomorrow. So it should be interesting. We're doing some sort of botany lab, so maybe I will record it just so you guys can see what it's like to go on the 5th grade field trip. I mean, I know you guys seen my vlog from last year when we did the 5th grade field trip to Brookfield Zoo, but and that one was probably, I mean, in my opinion, sorry not sorry, would probably be a lot more fun. Good morning. So I know I said I was gonna close the vlog out yesterday, but in the hear me? Happy Friday. Let me start that way. Happy Friday. Yeah, so I know I said I was gonna close the vlog out yesterday, but I got interrupted by somebody calling me, and then I never recorded the rest of the ending, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna re-vlog. So I'm gonna have to go back and edit that back piece, or that piece from yesterday, to kind of cut it off. Anywho, so yeah, so I'm on my way to school. Today, as you know, is the Morton Arboretum field trip day, so that is where we are going. Well, we are going to school first. I just dropped off the kids. My son didn't have school today, so I got to surprise my mom with my son, because she doesn't, you know, I mean, she sees him during the week when she comes over and stays over and takes him to school and stuff. But so today he didn't have school. I don't know why, but I feel like I don't know. So funny story, I'm actually, like I told you guys, that I'm probably going to be moving to his district next year in the middle school capacity. And so, but his district, not his school. Wish I was going to high school, but anyway, Yeah, so I'll be in his district. So obviously we follow the same calendar. So I feel like they have a lot, I don't want to say they have a lot of days off, but like they do early release every, like, I think it's like they do it like maybe once or twice a month on Wednesdays. And then there's like days they have off. And then I think they get out earlier. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to, I mean, I heard that like a lot of them that get that day off, but they like stay later that day or whatever. But see, I'm a firm believer, and I don't know if this resonates with anyone else, but I'm a firm believer that it's like, I don't count it as a school day or like as a work day if I'm going and there's no children. Like, I'm all for getting up early and going to work if there are no children. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously I'm all for going to work when there's children because obviously it's my job, but meaning like a lot of people are just like, oh, we still have to work tomorrow. And I'm like, well, technically you don't, because you're just going and either you're like lesson planning or you're in like a professional development and you're learning stuff. So like, I really don't see that as like a work day, as opposed to like other people that are just like, oh no, I still have to get up early and I still have to come to, you know, to school and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I know. So anyway, but going back to what I was saying, that I heard from one of the other parents whose kid also goes to the same district. She was saying that like a lot of those teachers like get upset because like, even though they get out of work early, like an hour early or whatever, or like 30 minutes earlier, they still have to stay later that day because they have like trainings or they have like meetings or I don't know what. So, but I'm okay with that because I'm more of a I'll stay later rather than I'll get here earlier girl all day, every day. So that doesn't bother me. So I'm curious to see how this is going to play out. But we'll see. Anywho, so yeah, I'm on my way to school now. It says I'll be there at 8:18, which is like 18 minutes from now. So I'll see how that goes. I am kind of a little upset with myself that I went to Starbucks this morning and I was like, I'm gonna just go to Starbucks because I didn't want to bring my own coffee, because I'm like, I'm not trying to like carry my coffee mug with me to the Morton Arboretum. So I'm like, I'll just buy a coffee at Starbucks, which I did, my iced coffee, sweetened. Let me see. Ooh, which they've been getting right. Normally I've been ordering that and they're always like forgetting the sweetener, or the you know, the 4 pumps of sweetener or whatever. So I bought that, and then I bought 2 cake pops because I had my daughter and my son with me. And yeah, and so I totally spaced because I was, you know, so excited for my mom to see my son, because like I said, I didn't tell her he was coming. So like I called her and I was like, hey, come outside. You know, I was like, I need help with Lorelai because I'm on my way, you know, to school and I'm running late. So she, you know, comes out or whatever to come help me get her. And then I opened the door and I was like, oh, you get 2 today. And she was just like, the smile on her face, it was priceless. She was just like it was almost kind of, she was like, and then she starts calling his name, Jordy. And so she was so excited. So I'm happy. And then I told her, like, make sure you let me know if he's being a good boy, because I told him that he could go to the jumping place this weekend if he's a good boy. And she's like, he's always a good boy. And I'm like, you know, I don't get that. Like, a lot of like grandmas will say that. Like, my mom, there'll be times where my mom will be like, you know, yelling and screaming, and she'll be like, oh my God, these kids are driving me crazy. And then I'll be like, well, don't worry about it. I was like, you won't have to see him tomorrow or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And she'll be like, well, why? And I'm like, you just said that he's driving you crazy. Why would you want to see him tomorrow? So anyway, but yeah, grandmas always act like kids are never a problem. But anywho, so I ended up getting the 2 cake pops, and then I forgot to get oatmeal. I was gonna get some oatmeal to eat breakfast this morning, and I did not. So I know that our school, like every Friday, I don't know if anybody's doing it this Friday, but they usually do like a breakfast treat thing every Friday. Like a team of people do it. So like, you know, I think it was like last month, it was our team that like have to bring breakfast for the whole staff, and we all like pitch in and stuff. So I'm hoping that they have someone today that's doing that, because it would be nice to be able to grab something, because I'm like, I didn't grab anything, and all I brought was like a sandwich, chips, and an oatmeal pie, and my Alani Nu for lunch today. And yeah, so it was just I was just like, dang, I don't have no breakfast. But I know, my rant is over. But yeah, I just realized that when I'm talking to you guys that I'm like so all over the place with stories. And I'm normally not that person, but I'm all over the place with stories. I think because things come up and then I'm just like, oh, and then oh, and then oh. And it's a little different because it's like when I'm talking to you guys, I'm on camera, so I'm only talking basically to myself and I have no response. So I just keep talking and talking as opposed to like stopping, pausing, thinking. So I don't know. My one friend told me, she's like, I have ADHD. She's like, maybe you do too. She's like, you might have adult one. She's like, you should go get tested. But I'm like, that's one more thing I don't want to have. So I'm like, I'll just live with it. It's not a big deal. Plus, I think when I'm face to face with people, it's not that bad. So anywho, but I love you guys because you guys stick with me through and through. And I know you guys are sitting there and watching this and you're just like, Diana, get it together. But anyway, yeah, so that's our plan for today. And I think we're going to be back at like 2 or 2:15, something like that. And then I think we'll probably just have them like watch a movie or something. And then that'll be our Friday and then into the weekend. So, I don't know. I may grab some footage at Morton Arboretum. Maybe just get some of the beautiful foliage that's there. Because it is spring per se, even though it's a cloudy day today. So they might have some beautiful like images or whatever. So I'll see if I get some of those shots for you. I mean, yeah, so that would be fun. But hopefully you guys are having a great day. I hope you guys had a great week. I know mine was pretty good. It went by pretty fast, so I am grateful for that. And I hope you guys are having a really good week as well. And I'll check in with you guys in a little bit, okay?
An oak tree needs more of this than a blade of grass does. So, what do you think, Bean?
You sure?
I'm positive.
It's exactly my nail.
And then and then I want you to slide it out of there like that.
Ooh, so you get.
Take your fingernails, scratch
I'm
it,
just gonna
slide it.
Oh my gosh, I hate this. This is so gross.
Pull it out of there then.
It's like skin.
It like, yeah, literally like you like peeled it like skin.
Oh, it's wet.
Well, she said it was gonna be. She just let me see your skin, Colin.
Are you pointing this on? I think mine's not okay. Mine's not okay.
Ooh, huh?
I don't think mine's okay.
Yeah. I mean, did yours break in half?
Yours open, yours fell apart, mine fell apart. Of our seed. Does anybody know what this is called? What do you think? The shell of the skin, right? Sweet gum tree.
Las primeras 2 horas vamos a estar aquí.
Creo que ahorita vamos a estar.
So this one is off of a bird.
Yeah.
Okay, 1. Down. Bro, move your hair. It's probably blocking it. 1.
So she said if it's on 1, you gotta move it down, right? There you go. There you go. Good job. What is up, my people? It is Friday and we are out of here. So I am headed home, and not only am I headed home, I am headed home kid free. So my daughter and my son had been complaining for weeks about wanting to go to my sister's house and just hang out with them, and they're just like upset because the thing is, my sister, so during the week, she lives very far from me. She lives about maybe 40 to 50 minutes from me. And so so during the week, it's really hard because by the time I get home and then drive to her, like we would be driving back, we would only stay like maybe an hour and then drive back, and it's not worth it. And then on the weekends, now that she's got her new car, she's been like coming towards like my way on the weekends. And so since she's been coming our way, like to go see their t-ball games and everything, so she hasn't really been home for us to like go visit her. So they've just been nagging about wanting to go over there. So finally today, I was just like, look, my son didn't have school today. I'm like, they're both going to be at my mom's house. My niece is going over there anyway, because I guess she's going to make it with her till tomorrow. So I'm like, take the kids, let them go hang out with you guys for a few hours at, you know, my sister's house, and then I'll pick them up this evening. So as of right now, I am kid free. So I am headed home. I'm going to, I think we're going to go to the Hard Rock Cafe, because I think one of Lenny's friends is wanting to go see, like, I think they're doing like country music. And so we're just going to probably go to Hard Rock Cafe and do that. I've never been, so I am excited to go. And so that's pretty much what's going to be our Friday night. And then we're going to pick up our kids like later in the evening, which means they'll probably sleep in the car, which will be excellent. And then tomorrow we'll have t-ball game. So that should be fun. I mean, not really, but only because like our team, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother vlog. Anywho, so but yeah, hopefully you guys had a great Friday. The trip was a trip. And overall, I mean, it was pretty good on my end. I think I would have enjoyed it a little bit more had there not been kids involved. Just some of my kids were just being very, very lazy. Like, they were complaining about walking and hiking. And I'm like, dude, I'm like 3 times your age, and yet I'm walking perfectly fine. And you're complaining about doing some hard work of walking down a path and learning about nature and the ecosystem and energy and things of that nature. So, but yeah, that was my day. But I am glad to be out. I'm glad to be gone. And we, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, have 4 weeks left of school next week. So 1 whole month, I'm going to have to start doing days, because weeks are a little bit, I mean, I guess 4 weeks don't sound too bad, but I mean, days just seems to be a little bit better, I think, to count down. So we'll see. But anyway, I hope you had a great week. Hopefully, if you are a teacher and you have the weekend off, excellent. If you are someone who follows me that isn't a teacher and don't have the weekend off, I sympathize for you, but still make it great. But we will be back at it again next week. So I will see you guys then. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video if you want to, and you want to see more of my beautiful face. Make sure you do. All right.